These are 7 of best must-have Armaf fragrances for this summer. They're gonna get you a ton of great compliments, and some of them are even better compared to the real ones. It is crazy, especially in terms of that scent profile and for sure price tag. So without any further ado, I want to start by Club de Nuit Iconic at number 7, which is one of the most rounded, polished and refined Armaf fragrances in terms of scent profile, and smells extremely expensive. Reminds me of Bleu de Chanel in that direction, but it is not exact clone of that fragrance, but I can get definitely inspirations. So with this one I can get like 7-8 hours plus longevity, which is great for a freshie like this one, and definitely it is longer lasting compared to the Bleu de Chanel. And projection and sillage is like average to good for first hour and a half, maximum 2 hours. One of those classy and a little bit mature fresh fragrances which I preferred for indoors. Next one, number 6. I remember back in the days was like 8 to 10 hours lasting type of fragrance, but right now is pushing 12 hours plus. I think the more it stays in my collection, the stronger it gets. It is Sillage from line of Club de Nuit again. It is like musky, very unique, little spicy and woody in the base. It is going after Silver Mountain Water from House of Creed, which lasts that one around 6 to 7 hours plus max on me, with first hour and a half average projection and above average sillage. But this crazy juice is like 12 hours plus right now on my skin, and projection and sillage is crazy for over 3 hours, more than 3 hours, like loud projection and sillage, and definitely gets solid compliments, especially from women, let's say. Number 5 is in 2 words, complex and comprehensive. Comprehensive because it covers lots of factors like performance, all season round, it is versatile, gets compliments. And complex because it is like mixture of few well-known fragrances. I'm talking about Urban Man Elixir, again from line of Club de Nuit. Club de Nuit, Urban Man Elixir. So I can get here little bit of Creed Aventus. This is like a bit earthy, sweet, like Candy Flashy, which reminds me of Cologne, or let's say Havas Ice. That sweetness is like that, but I believe this one came before Havas Ice. And I can get a bit of like YEDP by Yves Saint Laurent, and still I can get Invictus by Paco Rabanne and that lavendery backbone of Dior Sauvage, like mixture of all of those fragrances. You can get all of them here in one bottle. Can be a bit too strong for summer, but here is okay for cool summers in Denmark. It is a pretty solid fragrance, lasts on me like 8 to 10 hours plus. Let's say strong 8 hours with 2 hours of great projection and sillage. Number 4 is one of the most complimented yet underrated fragrances from this house. I believe it is under shadow of that Club de Nuit line. That's why it cannot shine that much, but it is a 10 out of 10 solid juice in my opinion. I'm talking about Odyssey Lemony or Limoni. So scent profile is unisex to my nose. In the opening, let's say feminine leaning unisex. In the dry down is like 50-50 perfectly unisex. So let's say 60% is feminine. In the opening, I can get citruses, a bit black teaish vibe and stone fruity vibes. In the opening reminds me of 2 fragrances. Let's say Montserrat Sicily and Afternoon Swim by Louis Vuitton. I believe also Louis Vuitton is inspired by Montserrat Sicily. So yeah, it is very close to both of those fragrances, but it is closer to, let's say, Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim. With this one I can get like 6 to 7 hours plus longevity max, with first hour about half average to soft type of projection and sillage. One of those sexy fragrances for indoors, office situations, and definitely hot weathers. Oh wow, such a great house. Armaf is one of those very rare few, let's say, inspired houses that keeps my passion about fragrances fresh. Here we have Club de Nuit Precieux, Precieux. After Club de Nuit Iconic, or even before that, I have to say, this is another rounded and well done, well mixed, let's say, fragrance from this house, which is very polished, very inoffensive and highly expensive smelling. So it is like fruity, woody, mature, and gives you very luxury stance, let's say. It is going after Absolute Aventus by Creed. This lasts longer, and to be honest, considering the price, I like this one better. So I can get like 10 to 12 hours plus longevity with this one, with 2-3 hours of good projection and sillage. Not a beast mode fragrance, but definitely a strong fragrance in my book. And oh man, I really like it. Gets crazy compliments. It is better, shines better in warmer seasons. It doesn't project that loud in colder seasons. I prefer it for spring and summer. Definitely one of those must-have fragrances from this house. Number 2. Although it is my most complimented fragrance from this house and in my entire collection, let's say, but it doesn't make it number 1 for me because I have another favorite right now from this house. So number 2 is Club de Nuit Intensement Parfum Limited Edition. A compliment weapon, compliment machine gun, let's say, to this one. Beast Mode Aventus is here, smoky, daring, at the same time complimenting and safe, comprehensive, all round, pushes in the spring, pushes in the winter, in the summer, outdoors, indoors, casual, formal. Absolutely a must-have in any man's collection. I can get like 3 hours of very loud projection and sillage with this one, and 10 to 12 hours plus solid longevity. My current most favorite fragrance, number 1 from House of Armaf. Without exaggeration, when you sniff it, close the eyes, it is like $300 type of juice, let's say, to this one. I'm talking about Private Key to my life. Damn, I like this juice. It is one of those inspired fragrances or alternative fragrances that is way better, not better, way better compared to the real one. It is going after Bulgari Tiger. I like because it is more complex compared to the Bulgari Tiger, has more weight to it. Definitely Bulgari Tiger is like citrusy, ambroxany, a little bit flat in the dry down, but this one is way more woody and complex, has more weight to it in the dry down. It is also extremely concentrated. It is extrait de parfum, means like 40% oil concentration. It is very sticky, greasy type of fragrance, lasts only like 12-14 hours plus, which is impossible with Bulgari Tiger. I can get with that one 7 to 8 hours max, 7 let's say, with first hour and a half average projection and sillage. With this one like 12-14 hours plus, without exaggeration, longevity, and projection and sillage is solid for first 2-3 hours. I forgot to say, take care guys.